Good morning everyone. This is the unistrut that I bought. I bought 3 lengths of 3 meter, which was the hot galvanized iron. That was all online if you need it. Now it comes actually coated, so what you have to do first is clean it all off with some surgical spirit or some white spirit to make sure it's all clean. And then what I'm doing here is prepping it all with some red oxide paint to make sure it's all protected by the elements, and also to make sure that all the ends are protected if you cut it. Now I did it inside so that it was all a regular temperature and it dried well, because at the time this was absolutely freezing outside, so I did it inside and just protected the floor. And as you can see, it dried really nicely. You just got to make sure that you catch any drips. Now this is the bright lime green colour that I chose to put on. A lot of people asked me, did it come green? No, it didn't. It came bare, and I chose to paint it lime green because I wanted a pop of colour on the roof and I didn't want boring black. Now, of course, people can choose whatever colour they want, but it was just to show that the colour goes on really nicely as long as you prep it. Now, I did pick up a different metal primer and it didn't adhere to the metal, even though I had used surgical spirit to clean the metal. So please bear this in mind. If you are struggling, use red oxide paint, because it did actually leave it to have a really nice, good adhesion with the paint colour. So here we go. This is the first layer, and I did 4 coats of colour to make sure that it was nice and covered. But actually, when you fit the unistrut, if you knock it, you just need to touch it up again and put some end caps on, which I will show you in a future video. Now on with today's video. Woohoo! Hello everyone, welcome back. We have just arrived at the workshop. Monty and I have travelled in style. We're just parked up outside. It's a beautiful sunny day. We are gonna get cracking on fitting the solar cables in today. I'm super pleased to get to this stage because, as you can tell from the videos that I've been uploading, it's all a little bit of a mess, bit fragmented. It's life. I am really struggling with trying to balance work, my parents, and work on the van. So I'm really sorry once again for the fact that it's quite chaotic and a long time in between doing videos for you. I'm also doing a couple of updates from the past so that you've got some videos from the summertime as well that haven't been edited because they've been held back because of everything. So they're going to be coming up really soon as well. Anyway, enough talking. Let's get a cup of tea on the go and get the back open. This is what it looks like at the moment. Bit of a mess. But yeah, like I said, we're going to feed the solar cable down from the back, and then we're going to get the insulation round done at the back of the van, and it should all be good.
Now, to connect up the pair of Rebecca's solar panels, I'm going to use this 3-branch connector. You can see I've already connected it up. So these 2 cables go to that solar panel, these 2 cables go to this solar panel, and then we end up with 1 positive, 1 negative that's going to go down into the van to Rebecca's controller. But you may ask, why 3? Because this gives us 2 spare. Well, these 2 spare ones I'm going to cable tie to the side here and leave them there so that Rebecca can later on, if she so pleases, fit an external portable solar panel, increasing her solar input into her solar system. All I need to do now is cable tie all this lot, make it all nice and neat. I'm going to cable tie it to the side of the unistrut, and then the cables are going to pass through the roof down through this flange here, which is already fitted there. It is like a rubbery plastic flange. We're not going to use one of those covers. We're simply going to put mastic around the cable to seal it, because Rebecca wants a roof box on here. She wants some kind of carry box going across this part of the roof, and if we put the big flange on there, it's going to stand up too high and she won't be able to put a box on the roof. Now Becky doesn't really want me drilling holes in the roof of her van, understandably. I mean, after all, we've cut this great big hole here. So to put the cables through the roof into the living space, we're simply going to pass the cables through, as you can see, through one of these plastic flanges that is already fitted to the roof. And to get it to go through the flange, it's really easy. Just get a screwdriver and pop it through like that. And now we're going to pass the negative cable through that hole. And once the cables are in place, simply going to put some mastic around the cable, or in our case some window adhesive that's left over from when we fitted a window, around the cables, and this way the cables will be nice and flat like that, which will allow Rebecca to put another roof box on the back. You happy with that?
Yeah, it looks good and clean. Yeah, easy enough to fish through as well.
Yeah.
Just got to do the black one now.
It's basically the same as what I did on my Sprinter.
Yeah.
And I've had those wires going through the hole in my Sprinter for about 3 years now, and still not leaked yet, so it's all good.
Yeah.
And no need to drill holes in the roof and use one of these big flanges. Simply don't need them.
Mel's just finished bringing that in. So we've now got a little tie with a channel to make sure that it follows the curve of the roof, and then we've got it going down into the pillar, all the way down, and then coming out here with our electrical wiring. So now we've got to just feed that over, because the electrical area is going to be somewhere over there. Well, thanks for watching. I realise I hadn't actually recorded an outro for this video, so you get to hear my beautiful voice as we finish and wrap this up. So here we are, the end of the solar cables are in, and this is how it looks nice and tidy on the top of my roof. Take care guys, see you in the next one. Bye!